Hello Scrappers, this is Lorraine from Card Creations, and we're continuing our calendar series using the Designer's Calendar Cricut cartridge. And here I have the August page done for you, just to give you some ideas on how to decorate your pages. I've used again a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock, and I divided the page up with some cardstock, and then I used some ribbon here and up along this side, and I just used my ATG gun to glue the ribbon down. I cut the sun at 3.5 inches, and I did use the shadow for that also. And same thing with August. I cut that at 2 inches, and then I used the round shadow, which is in the manual on page 47, and it's almost like a little charm, and I added a brad to the top. Now for the days of the week, I cut those out at 3/4 of an inch, and then on my grid I cut that at 5.5 inches, and the numbers were cut at 1/2 inch. And I like the idea that I had before of adding a section that you're really not sure what to do with a piece of cardstock, so that you can write notes. So I'm going to go ahead and write the word notes on there. There. And then I'm going to get my gun, my ATG gun, and just add some adhesive on the back. And add that right here to the right hand corner of my calendar page. And there you have that. I also did the mini calendar page, and I've given you instructions on all the dimensions for the mini calendar, so just feel free to visit my blog at cardcreationsbylorraine.blogspot.com, and on some of the other previous calendar pages that I've done, you'll be able to get all the dimensions for that. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you the calendar page that I did for September. And I have used the Friendly Forest cardstock for this project. And this is what it looks like. I liked the fact that September is autumn, the month that autumn falls on, and so I kind of did a little bit of a autumn feel on this layout. And I have some chipboard that I'm going to use, and that came from the Friendly Forest chipboard pack. Then I bought this at Michael's, and I'm going to go ahead and add a frog also. Since it had a little frog, I wanted to add a companion for the little frog. So I'm just going to kind of measure. I've put foam tape on the back of that. So I want this to kind of go right about there. Okay. And let's see, I've also had my September, and this was cut at 1 3/4 of an inch, and I did use the shadow feature on that, so I'm going to go ahead and place that right about here. Put foam tape on the back of that one as well. And let's see, my frame was cut at 5.5 inches, and the September and the shadow was cut at 1 3/4 of an inch. The days of the week with the shadow at 3/4 of an inch, and then I cut my numbers at 1/2 an inch. And that's what I have for the month of September. I also did the little mini calendar. That's in the back section of that. And once again, you can find my dimensions, or the dimensions for the mini calendar page on my blog. And I also was able to get a couple of the buttons here from the Friendly Forest collection. And there you have it. Quick and easy, another calendar page for August and September. Thanks for watching.